Lots of lovely flavours in there. Peppers, chilies, tomatoes, onions, garlic, a little bit of thyme in there. Gonna get some paprika in there now, guys. If you want to add some smoked paprika, guys, please do. By all means, if you prefer a bit of a smokiness, you can. I'm just gonna add normal paprika and a little bit of cayenne for a bit of heat, and some cumin as well, ground cumin. So, I mean, you could grind down your own cumin seeds if you want to as well. You can get more flavour out of it, by all means. I'll tell you what, I'll grind down my own cumin seeds. We'll put our own in there instead of ground. How about that? Let's do that instead. So, of about, say about 2 teaspoons in there, or a tablespoon will be ample enough. Where are we doing now? Good morning, Chef. How are you today? Hey, chat. Cox around. Welcome back. How are things? I'm doing well, thank you, my friend. Lovely to see you as well. How is your Friday going? It's a good idea to have about 3 to 4 months worth of living expenses saved up. Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? It's always worth having that kind of a just-in-case kind of fund, or a rainy day fund, whatever you want to call it. Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, I need to dice these up as well. A little bit of celery. Now, guys, if you do like celery, but you don't like the strings in it, then my best advice, right? I don't know if you already know this, but maybe you don't. Just peel it, and this will take out all the strainy bits. So if you do like celery, but you just don't like those strainy bits in there, just peel it. You're going to enjoy celery again. I'm introducing you back to celery. So yeah, I usually take them off because I don't... Depends on the sauce, I guess. I just don't like those stringy bits in there, so I just take them out. So much easier. I guess if you were like cooking it down to a point, they would actually kind of cook down and break up eventually, but they need a lot of cooking to kind of get rid of them. So, you know, whichever. Celery tip certainly is. And I'm not on around about the celery tip on top of the celery. Hey chef, you're well. I hope you're well, man. I watched that clip. You nearly swore. Hope everyone is out. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I almost swore. I said the F word. I didn't literally say duck. So yeah. Wish I could smell it. Oh, it smells delicious. Really is. Where are we at now? Chef, do you have a signature dish? I don't actually have a signature dish because I love all my dishes that I do. So every dish that I make, I'm very happy with. So every dish is my signature dish, to be fair. I know it's probably not what you really want to hear. You're like, oh, okay. But I'm not a kind of guy that's like, oh yes, this is my favourite lamb rump, or I don't know what it could be. But I'm good in all areas. So every dish is my signature dish, to be fair. So yeah, no, I don't really have one, dude. So I'm sorry if that's disappointed you a little bit, but I just love all foods and I love all dishes. So, you know, what on earth is that? It's like a little stalk off the cumin plant. Little cumin stalk. How awesome is that? Right, so that should be plenty. More than enough. Putting about, I'd say, 3 teaspoons. That's ample enough. Fair bit of cumin in there. I'm not going to be shy on it. So now, if you guys are going to invest in a pestle and mortar, guys, right? Whenever you're out and you want to buy one, I would suggest, or I would, to look for points for a decent pestle and mortar. Pick it up first. That's the first thing you want to do, is pick it up. If it feels a little bit like, oh, it's a little bit heavy, it's a decent pestle and mortar. If it's quite light and you can really throw it about, don't buy it. It's not very good, because when you're when you're crushing things down, it might slide across the table, and second of all, if you buy a heavy one, it's easier to crush up. It'll stay in place. Honestly, those are the kind of points you want to kind of look for. So you want to look for one that's, you know, very durable and heavy, basically, so it's not going to move. My mum doesn't like celery or coriander, but I sneak them into the food sometimes, cheeky, and she doesn't seem to notice. Oh. Make sure you don't tell her, Tux. People, hey, Fibel, it was going to be Fibble. Fibby. Is it Fibble or is it? I can't see what you're saying. I don't mind celery. I don't eat it or often eat it. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have. It's very, very good for you. Do you have a favourite meat? Oh, that's a hard one for me. For me, I like all sorts of meats. I like from lamb to beef to pork. I like a great diversity as well. I can't have the same thing every day. I guess I like a good steak, I guess, if you're going with it. But I don't know. I can't eat it all the time, so I love everything. Honestly, it's amazing. Chef, what is that thing called? I just call it a spice mixer. It's pestle and mortar, my friend. Or mortar and pestle if you guys, that's how you guys say it over there. We call it pestle and mortar. But yes, to help grind spices up. Broke a slab in my parents' kitchen by dropping my pestle and mortar. Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, they can be very heavy. Just be very careful with them. Do not drop them. And do not drop this on your foot because they will break the bones in your feet. Because it is pretty heavy. It's like carrying a brick. Yeah, it's hard to read. Like Fibble or something. What's the green stuff? Oh wait. Or that's just parsley. Mom. Oh, Tux, that's so harsh. Chef, did you see the kit? Oh, I did see the picture of your kitty. I did say, bless him, he's sitting on the pillow, relaxing. I didn't know if you heard me or not, but yeah, I did, bless him. Yeah, thankfully, I jumped back in time. Oh, Tuxie, you little sneaky. Putting in some coriander and celery that your mum doesn't like. I'll have to have a word with Tuxie's mum. Did you know Tuxie's been doing this? So I'm just going to grind this up until it's into a nice powder. So what I'm going to do... Oh, I'll tell you what, the flavours and the spices coming off this, fantastic, superb. It smells absolutely great. Really are. Just give this a really good grind down into a nice powder. How do you keep your pestle and mortar fresh? I guess I don't really do anything too much to it. I guess I give it a good scrub in the sink with soap and water. I'm not too sure what you mean by fresh. Do you mean like to stop it smelling? Is that what you mean? It's a good workout too. Yeah, exactly. What do you mean? So if you've got quite a lot in there, make sure you like kind of grinding it down. Yeah, definitely. My God, he may give me a heart attack. Lushid, is it Loyshid? Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. How are you doing today, my friend? Hope you are doing well. It's great having you here. Thank you so much for that follow. No, please. Will feed me nothing but boiled cabbage and deny washing for a week. That's a Tuxie punishment indeed. He's 11 years old and still have pain in the side. Oh, bless him. Yeah, I find sometimes the smell can linger. I guess sometimes it can. I don't know. I don't really notice it with all honesty. I guess I just scrub it really well in hot soapy water, let it drain off, give it a good wipe out. I guess if you've had certain really strong spices in there, I guess depends on what you've been making. But yeah, it can taint it a little bit and smell sometimes. But you know, it just takes a little bit of time for it to come out. So I don't know. I guess I don't really notice it too much. Oh my goodness. Gabe, thank you for the follow. And Julia V, thank you so much for that follow. Appreciate it. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for joining the channel. And appreciate those beautiful follows. Right, so the cumin, it's all ground down into a nice little kind of, well, not kind of, it is literally a powder. So we're going to pop that straight in. Delicious. Pop this into the sink, ready for wash up. But yeah, I guess it's just hot soapy water. I don't really notice the smell. But if you're using certain items, as I said before, which can be a little bit, you know, linger on after you've washed it. Yeah, I mean, I've used turmeric and stuff in there, and it's not the smell, but the colour's gone, tainted it a little bit. But after about 1 or 2 washes, it comes straight off, you know. So, but yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't really notice. Maybe as being a chef, I'm so used to using spices and stuff. My nose is like so adaptive to the flavours and the smells, so I don't really notice it, I guess. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not too sure. What are you making? I just got here. Gabe, it's lovely to have you here, and thank you so much for the follow. What we're making today, we're making shashuka, which is a North African dish, I believe. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think I am. Which has basically got chilies in there. It's got some peppers, nice vegetables going on in there. We're also going to have some olives. It's like a kind of a tomato vegetable stew, basically, spicy. We're also got some paprika in there, some cumin. We're also going to top it off with some feta. We're going to braise off some eggs in there at the end. I'm going to make a coriander and garlic flatbread to go with it, and we're also going to do some mint yogurt, which is a little bit offset. So I don't do traditional dishes bang on. I do them slightly different to show you something different and new. So yeah, I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. Right, so I'm going to get a can of tomatoes in here. We've got 2 roasted tomatoes in there as well. Fan-bloomin-tastic. So let me grab some tomato. Oh God, what have I done? Let's hope I haven't spilt that everywhere. No, I haven't. It's okay. Right. Can of... Whoa! Easy. Nearly lost all my honey then. That would have been funny. Funny honey. Right, so... What I'm going to do... Click. Take that off. Never mind to read the title. Oh, there you go. Well, I've explained it anyway, Gabe. So, I mean, the title just says, like, kind of what it is. But I've kind of elaborated for you a little bit, so... But hope you're going to enjoy it. It's lovely to have you here, and I appreciate that follow. Appreciate that support. So how is your day going anyway? Vegetable stew braised eggs. Certainly is. Also, we got a £10, $10 Amazon gift card giveaway. Link is in chat. Appreciate it, lady. So yeah, if you guys haven't entered that already, please do so. I give giveaways whenever we get like 10 subs or 10 resubs, and I queue them up. So we got one more after this because you guys have been absolutely amazing. So we got one more in the queue. I'm going to put a little bit of water in there with the tomato sauce so we kind of cook it down a little bit better. So have a look. Nice. So we're going to get this all kind of cooked down. All the flavours on the go. Might top it up with a little bit of water later on, but other than that, it should be absolutely hunky-dory. We've got a nice little stew on the go. Right, so I'm going to pop a little bit more paprika in there as well. So I'm going to put about another teaspoon or 2 in there. Just get some really good flavours, deep flavours in there. So let's give that a good old mix up. Top it up with a little bit of water because this is going to really reduce down. So just top this tomato can up a bit with a little bit of water. We'll pop that in there. I don't want it too wet, but do you know what I mean? I don't want it too thick either. It's going to be reducing down for a few hours. So... get that on the go. So as you can see there, guys, the stew's there. The camera color is not the best, so I'll tell you what will be easier. I'll switch it over because you'll see the proper color under here. So we've got all those flavors in there now. So we've got all the peppers, tomatoes, garlic, chilies, paprika, the ground cumin. We've got lots of flavors going on in there at the moment. So at the moment it's not going to be doing much, so what we want to do, put it on like a low heat so all those flavors kind of start cooking down, start marinating with each other, start blending.